What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm going to be doing an update on PLTR stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news that might drive the price of this asset. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video back in the day somewhere in autumn of 2022, and I marked several ranges of support and resistances from this very point. And as you can see, we had a pretty good reaction from this range of about $7. Then we broke it to the downside, and at the very beginning of 2023, this asset went higher. It reached the range of resistance that I marked previously, then bounced back. Again, it had a very good reaction to the upside right after the quite successful earnings report that was published on February 13th. And it reached again the range of resistance that I also marked previously from this swing high. Then it was hovering for basically quite some time in sideways movement inside these two ranges again, these two ranges. Then it bounced to the upside, reached the range of resistance, bounced back to the range of support. As you can see, if you can properly identify the ranges of support and resistances, the asset will respect these ranges for quite a long period of time. And this is the real example of how you can properly do the technical analysis. And in just several minutes, I will show you what should we expect next. So, what was the reason of this massive movement to the upside that in a matter of just several sessions gained about more than 60% of potential profit? Definitely, it was their two earnings report, two quite successful earnings report. The anticipation of the movement to the upside, because this asset was in downtrend for quite a long period of time, and right now people want to see at least a bounce to the upside, or probably the beginning of the new movement to the upside. And the latest reason why this asset spiked to this quite high ranges is this news. It was published on Seeking Alpha on May 18th, and it says, Palantir back in Cathie Wood's flagship fund. And let me go to the summary. ARK Innovation ETF has made 2 daily purchases of Palantir. Software company has soared after reporting Q1 results. Analysts see meaningful downside for Palantir stock. And I have to say that the third bullet point is quite scary, but I pretty much agree with this statement, because I don't think that Palantir will hit much higher targets basically from this point. We have to see some kind of consolidation phase and a longer period of this consolidation in order to collect more steam and in order to break the major ranges of resistances. On top of that, let me show you another article that also was published on Seeking Alpha, and it's titled Palantir Technologies stock-based compensation at 26% of revenue is still too rich. And the summary is following. Palantir has cut way back on its stock-based compensation, which is down from 100% plus of revenues to 26%. Definitely it is a good reduction of SBC, but in general 26% is still quite a high number. So next bullet point. After SBC, the company has reported its first quarterly net operating profit of $0 per share. Actually, it is $0.002 diluted rounded up. SBC on revenue continues to be higher than revenue growth, with more SBC expected in the years ahead. SBC as an expense is too rich for us given the actual performance so far. So I have to say that this article is also not so bullish on Palantir, and it is a quite good article, well written and very thorough article, and I will put all the links on this information in the description below. You can read it by yourself and make your own conclusion. But in general, I want to pay attention on some information on marketbeat.com. As you can see, on May the 9th, 2 companies made reports. It is a Deutsche Bank and Jefferies Financial Group. Both of them boosted the price targets of Palantir. And they boosted it from $6 to $7 and from $8.5 to $10 respectively, which implies 9.56% of downside potential for Deutsche Bank forecast and of about 29.2% for Jefferies Financial Group. And I have to say that we don't have many filings right here, and the majority of them made in February 2023, and I have to say that we have to wait more data from this website, from this analysts, and when we will see this information, definitely we could make a conclusion what is the sentiment from the analytic firms. On top of that, let me show you this screenshot. It is the data, the institutional ownership of Palantir stocks. We are on fintel.io website, and on this chart you can see the price that is in a black line, and these bars represent the number of shares held by institutional investors. And as you can see, two latest bars are the highest one among the previous for the entire year, I have to say, because this bar represents the end of spring of 2022. And this means the number of institutional investors is increasing right now. On top of that, let me show you the latest catalyst that Cathie Wood's ARK Invest on Wednesday added 1.26 million shares to its kitty valued at $13 million. And definitely previously Cathie's funds were extremely successful right before the pandemic hit, and this purchase might be very meaningful for the fund itself and for retail community that shows the sentiment of the market related to Palantir. And that is why on stocktweet.com website, Palantir is on the first place on the trading section. It is on the fifth place on most active section, and it is on the second place on the watchers section. This means it also has quite high support from retail community, and that is why it has a quite high volatility. And we can see it on the price chart, definitely we can see it. But let me show you another news. We are again on fintel.io, and this is the insider trading list. And the latest filings were made on May the 12th. And as you can see, Ryan Taylor and David Glazer sold some of their shares. And in general, the sentiment of the insider traders are quite bearish. And that is why, in my opinion, we are not out of the woods. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis. But before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, from the technical standpoint, and by the way, we are on daily time frame, we are at quite high range according to RSI, 79.83 points. And definitely we should see some kind of pullback in order to unload this, at least the latest movement, because so far we don't have a bearish divergence on the RSI, and we don't have bearish divergence on MACD as well. This means this asset is very bullish, and we have to complete this structure if it is the motive wave. And what is the signs that show us that it is the motive wave? Definitely it is the volume, and we probably might have, let me show you like this. Probably we might have this as our first wave. This is our second. Somewhere higher might be the top of our third wave, fourth and fifth wave to be determined in the future. And this movement, let me do some measurements. If I pull the Fibonacci extension tool from this bottom to this top and to the bottom of the retracement, we already hit one-to-one extension, and from here we might see a slight pullback and next leg to the upside that should hit at least 1.618, and this range might be quite good range of resistance, because in general the ratio in between first wave and third wave in a motive wave should be at 1.618. So 61.8% higher in the third wave compared to the first one. And this means if you want to add to your position, I have to say that everything depends on your strategy. And in general, I have to say that this asset is quite high on RSI, especially on hourly time frame and on 2 hours time frame as well. And this means we have to see the pullback, and this pullback might be quite scary. So what is the potential range of support that this asset shouldn't break in order to remain in a motive wave? It is the top of the first wave. It is the range of about $10.25. So if this range holds, definitely we might see the continuation to the upside, and the fifth wave might hit quite high levels. But so far we have to see more pivot points on the third wave, and then probably I will do another update in order to make more clear path, to create more clear path, potential path for this asset for upcoming sessions. So I think from the technical standpoint that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no